Time is this weird, constantly fleeting thing that I can't seem to wrap my head around. It's something we all surely experience and feel differently. The other night when I was out with my parents listening to live music, I was surrounded by people at least 30 to 40 years older than me. And I couldn't stop asking myself, how long has life felt for each of these people? Do they feel like they've been living a millennium or a millisecond? What have they done with their time here on Earth, and are they proud of it? And just then, I was suddenly aroused with my own self-reflection. Wait a second, I'm 24 now. Where the hell did the time go? Wasn't I just at my friend Nick's house playing FIFA 14's World Cup mode over summer break in high school? Didn't Lil Uzi's XO Tour Life just release and I dressed up as Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender for Halloween? Wasn't I just walking across this bridge when I was 17 to another Canal-side concert in downtown Buffalo? To be honest, I barely stop and evaluate my present situation. I kind of just go on throughout my life and do what I do and naturally evolve, if that makes sense. So could I really consider whoever it was to be playing FIFA and going to those concerts back then Cole Hastings? Could that really be me? And can I consider who I am now to be Cole Hastings? I have these memories stored in my head of what I call the past, and that is the only way that I even know that a Cole Hastings exists. But the more I try to put together a picture in my head and collect and arrange the puzzle pieces of my past, the more I realize that time and these memories are a complete illusion. But unless I develop Alzheimer's or some other sort of degenerative disease in the future, then I'm always going to have these illusions of time floating in my head. So how do I handle this type of feeling, especially with regards to the things that hurt me in the past, and what has this made me realize? Okay, real quickly, I want to talk about the sponsor of today's video, which is Soundcore's Liberty Air 2 Pros. Now, if you're like me who's terrible at Mother's Day gift selection, or you just want to get some new headphones for yourself without breaking the bank, then I recommend the Liberty Air 2 Pros. I've been looking for a really great in-ear headphone brand that I can use when I'm doing my workouts, because I don't like to use like over-the-ear headphones when I am working out, or even when I'm around the house listening to podcasts or music. I only like over-the-ear when I'm editing, but I didn't want to sacrifice the sound quality for the convenience, and the Liberty Air 2 Pros allowed me to not do that. They have pure sound and something called targeted active noise canceling. So basically within the Soundcore app that you download on your phone, you can choose the scenario in which you're in and it will noise cancel based on that scenario, which is crazy. So I've got the indoor noise cancellation option set right now, and I can hear like nothing outside even without music on. It's crazy. They also have something on the app called Hear ID Personalized Sound, where they basically calculate your ear, your hearing, and they adjust the equalizer accordingly. The Liberty Air 2 Pros are endorsed by 10 Grammy award-winning artists, and they are the best alternative to big brands without breaking the bank, which is what I like to not do. You or your mom or your wife, whoever you buy it for, is going to absolutely love them. If you want to check these out, the link is going to be in the description below. Okay, let's go back to this existential video. I think escaping the bounds of time requires more than just an understanding of the reality that time is an illusion. Because regardless of whether memories of the past can be concretely proven or not that they actually once existed, one thing is for sure, and that is the pain of them is very real and it's still there. The pain is what makes the past more than just an illusion and brings it to the present moment. To me, it seems like I've already figured out part of or all of the solution to this problem within the writing of this script so far. And that is I barely stopped at all to evaluate my present situation. You see, maybe the reason that the past is still haunting you so much is because you are still identifying with the past. And this goes deeper than just saying, I am still Cole Hastings because I have a past. It's who you were during that time and who you're still choosing to be right now. If you're still fully recognizable in the way that you carry yourself, your mannerisms, and your actions during that point when you felt that pain, then how can you possibly expect to move on from what haunts you? You have become way too attached to the idea of time and the idea of self in relation to the past. You're stuck in a period of your life that you can't even actually prove existed. And yet here you are making the illusion of time more solidified than it ever needs to be because you have yet to free yourself through growing. And I'm not saying this to downplay any misfortunes or trauma you've had in the past, because we've all gone through some shit, and that's It is remembered through the pain. I'm saying this to let you know how possible it is to outgrow the past. And I know this because this was me too for a very long time. For an entire 2 years, I kept replaying the Cole Hastings of my past through my actions. I would get up, say I'm going to start looking for apartments to move out of my parents' house, not actually do anything about it, and instead procrastinate making videos and looking for apartments and doing actually other beneficial stuff to help me evolve as a person by going to my friend's house every other day to rip dabs and get uncomfortably high to the point where I had panic attacks, so I would forget about the fact that I really wasn't doing anything to push myself forward in life. But when I was finally pushed to my wit's end and I realized that I was replaying Cole Hastings through my actions, I said enough is enough, I'm putting my foot down, and I actually took the action to go look for apartments, and then I moved into my first apartment, and all of that trauma from the past that I experienced in my parents' house, all of that stuff started to fade away. So now that I start to process this through my writing, I guess that part of moving on from your past self kind of requires you to move on from the environment that you were in when that past that hurt you happened. If that's possible, but if it's not, it is something you can still get over. There's no denying that time is a great illusion to take advantage of for obvious reasons, but the problem is that in the modern world, the way that society revolves around this man-made concept keeps people overly attached to time. An attachment to time can radically slow down your evolution as a person. Humans have been able to survive for so long due to our capability to move forward no matter what. And you're human too. You know, when I first heard the concept time heals all, I don't think I fully understood it the way that I do now. And when I say that now, I think why that really helps people is because it gives people the faith to move forward out of that time period that hurt and free themselves from the shackles of time and become a different person. And that faith is the most powerful motivator. Moving on doesn't just mean moving on from a person, a time, or a bad experience. It means moving on from your past self. If you take anything from this video, just remember this. You are under no obligation to be the person that you were yesterday. That person that you are so heavily attached to, that carries all these burdens, is an illusion of the past. The time to level up is now.